There we Hello, everybody. It's been a while since I had anybody on this channel, and it's definitely been a while since April has been on this channel. And some of you might remember April from back in the day, back in the early Corrie days, when me and April did a lot of talking about manifestation and stuff. But anyway, I've brought April here because April's a very, very good friend, and this video. I've been literally procrastinating on so much. I've been trying to get my arse into gear to make a video about this conversation, which is about how stuck I feel at the moment with this YouTube channel and just at the moment where I am in life, but it feels quite vulnerable. So I was like, can you come with me, April, to have this conversation? I mean, we haven't talked about it a lot, on the phone and stuff, but I felt like I in the living room, which is the thing that I do every week with the people who come to talk about life and what's happening. Someone asked me recently, "How are you?" And I was like, "No, don't ask me how I am."
I think it's a good time though, because I think people are really looking for that authenticity. I think you have a lot of that, and it might be very well received in a way you're not expecting. So
Yeah, I
I
think
say go for it.
I mean, the thing is that some of my clients actually said recently, that's, I suppose, the thing that they have liked about my channel. But it's also the authenticity thing is probably the thing that I've struggled with the most because I've literally put my life on this channel.
Yeah.
I've, it's been so like, I've, this is why I'm struggling with this channel right now, is because it's been the hardest time of my life, the last 5 years. I mean, because
Yeah.
you were there.
Hmm.
Like the endless phone calls about just it's been like literally the hardest time of my life. Like I started this channel because actually, funnily enough, I watched my first ever video the other day and I was like, oh my God, I was so positive and
Hmm.
up for I wasn't talking about relationships then. I was talking about I am someone who believes that you can create whatever it is that you want to create in your life. And I lived that and I knew that to be true and that's who I was. And I think that that was a really nice place to come from. And then obviously the conversation went into manifesting a specific person, which is what we were talking about a lot at the time.
Hmm.
And I think that's when it all went wrong. And
Yeah. I think anybody who's been through this journey realizes at some point you can manifest your specific person, right? That's
yeah,
easy. At this point, that's the easy part. The
yeah,
lessons that come with it
yeah, you can get
are
what you want, but
unavoidable.
yeah, exactly. You're just gonna have to, like I did, have to face the lessons that came along with manifesting that. And
Yeah.
like for me and for you and basically every single person that I know who's got back with someone that they wanted to get back with, um, you kind of think, well, I've done it. I've done it. I've got the thing. And then all of your stuff happens. Like all of the
Mhm.
stuff that you didn't know was there, comes up in the relationship. And like what happened for me was I started the channel going, look, you can manifest anything. And even your person. I'm so
Yeah,
excited. I was so excited to share that. I was
I was
literally like,
too.
I was so like, this is so cool. I can't believe
Hmm.
this happened. And it was exciting. But what happened was I had to, it felt like the YouTube channel became like a place where I had to live up to that, like
Hmm.
forever. Like
Right.
it felt like I was had to say this really positive story and stick to it. And really, I found that my YouTube channel became like intertwined with the relationship, and they were all like one thing. And so behind the scenes, when I was struggling because I had really, you know, gone to try to adapt to his life and like the way that he wanted to live and tried to like make it okay for myself to do that by paying for things more than he could afford and making myself more comfortable in a life that I probably wouldn't have chosen, you know, then I started feeling like, oh, I don't feel right. Because I was abandoning myself
Hmm.
and the relationship. was impacted massively by that. And I was like looking at him like, what's wrong? Why are you like this? Which is
Right.
what like we or everyone does, isn't it? But I was having to maintain. I manifested my specific person. I started to feel really burnt out. So I was sort of like inauthentic, I was being authentic because I was showing what I really had learned and what was true for me. And I was also showing it in a healthy way, I think. But
Yeah.
I wasn't like, hey, you can manifest your ex back in 3 days if you do this one thing. It wasn't
Right.
never like that. It was always
No.
like, it's got to be about you. But because my channel was about the relationship, basically, when I was struggling behind the scenes, I felt so bad about it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't just be like, oh, hey guys, actually, I don't know, it's just it became survival. It
Yeah.
became it really did
Well,
like
the things that
become
you taught were still relevant and still are. Like, I don't want you
yeah,
to take away from any of the relevancy of what it is, that people have learned from you, because all along the way, you've always been right. I don't think that there's ever been a time where you've given somebody misinformation, right?
yeah,
I think that it's a scary place to be because you want to be there for people and you want them to know that they can do the same thing. But at the same time, you start getting a bird's eye view of it and you realize, well, everybody has to go through this. They have to
yeah,
be in this relationship to go through this. And that's hard. It's a hard lesson to hear
yeah,
from anybody who's a client. From their perspective, it's hard to hear, hey, you're going to have to go through these trials and it's going to
yeah,
be really, really difficult and you can't avoid them. And but I don't want to discourage you from trying, because the whole point is that you have to go through the trials. You
yeah,
have to go through
yeah,
it so that you can learn who you are and get um you're learning about your self-worth through the relationship. The only way to get to the other side of that is by going through it. So
yeah,
the best thing that you can do then is shift your message in a healthy way that supports people while they're going through that, because you don't want to discourage anybody. You don't want to tell
no,
anybody you shouldn't be doing this,
no, because
because they can.
you can't, yeah, exactly. And I feel like what happened with the channel over the years is that it skyrocketed when that topic was, available for me to talk about.
Right. Everybody only wants to hear the good.
I know. And then because I was struggling, I had to change it. I had to like change. Like, whoa, hang on a minute, guys. Something else going on here. This is
Yeah.
about you. This is not about getting them. And it's
Correct.
actually, and I was saying over and over again, there's like, uh, it's difficult. Like it's not like smooth sailing. There's stuff coming up,
Yeah.
but I
It's
couldn't.
meant to. That's
It's
the whole point. It is absolutely meant to teach you about
yeah.
yourself. And when you can start to really accept that part of it, it's not so difficult. And
Do you know what I
and
struggled with so much and have struggled with so much the whole time I've had this channel is like living up to what I think people expect of me. Like
right.
it's my biggest sort of like I, d- I just every time someone said to on the comment section recently, the most interesting thing about your channel is your evolution. And I was like, oh, thank you for saying that because every single time I go, oh no, I don't want to talk about this anymore. That's the end. That's the
Mhm.
end of the channel.
It's
Someone
yeah.
it feels like that's the case. It feels like, oh, this is over,
Hmm.
and I just want to burn it down and like run away from it. And then and I just really struggle to like with that. And that's something that I talk about all the time with my clients, like knowing yourself, but I still myself get swept up in worrying about how will this be perceived, which is why I'm doing this video to help me face that fear, I suppose. But it's like because now I'm at this point where I'm like, I've been talking about avoidance for like over a year, nearly 2 years. And I'm burnt out with it. I'm so like, because it's like I said to you earlier, it's like in my real life, in my real personal life, I got away from a burning building. Like it felt like I got away from a burning building. And then in my work every day, I went back into the fire to go and help
Hmm.
someone else get out. And I just was so burnt out with it, just so tired. And it's not that I don't. want to help people. It's just that I haven't properly had space to be like, who, like who am I in this? Like, is this really what I wanted to talk about avoidance for the rest of my life?
Right.
Because I
Right. Because
don't.
there's got to be growth, right? You can't
Yeah.
just get stuck in a loop of being in an avoidant relationship. It is an important aspect of knowing yourself, but
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's meant to get stuck there.
No.
So the way that I've always seen your channel is that as you evolve, you take everybody with you. As you learn something new and something else comes up, it doesn't mean that manifesting your ex is not valid, or that
Avoidance.
avoidance and learning about that is no longer relevant. It is.
Yeah.
But you can let that be what it, for what it was for that
Well,
time
yeah.
period, and now you've
Yeah.
grown past that. So what if you could tell anybody anything about that, what is the conclusion you think you've come to where you could close that chapter of
Mm.
avoidance? Like,
Yeah, because I feel like what I'm getting to now is that, like, I mean, it's very easy to say, oh, the lesson was that they were avoidant. That's it. It was that they were avoidant. But that was not the lesson for me. That was a very small part of what I experienced in the growth that I needed because yes, there was some dismissiveness. I mean, a lot of dismissiveness and it was very, very hard to have the conversations that I wanted to have that I felt would help the relationship. But actually, what was I doing there?
right. What was your desperation to
What
stay
was the
in?
desperation about? I need to have this conversation with you. What was this desperation in? I need you to see it. I need you to get it. Like,
Hmm.
and what is that? So that's like where I find myself sort of looping. Everybody wants to hear and be validated in their experience with an avoidant partner, and I get it, and I did too. But there comes a point when you have to accept that no one is going to come and save you. And this is what me and you have been talking about, isn't it, recently? Like,
Hmm.
whenever I've gone backwards and gone, why doesn't he get it? I have to remind myself, oh no, I've gone into thinking this person's going to save me from the way I feel about myself.
If he could just validate you, then
Yeah,
you would know that you're okay.
it gives you a prison of like, yeah, exactly. It's like this rule, this secret rule. If you validate me and tell me that I was right and you were wrong, if you say sorry, if you do all of these things, then I will know that I wasn't bad. I will
Right.
know that I didn't like do something wrong. I'll know that I am good. And really we're like wait living in this prison of like I can't move on with my life and think that I'm good enough until you tell me I am. And then the
Right.
thing is I've had it and you've had it where they do say, yes, you are. You're amazing. I love you. I would be with you tomorrow again. I
Hmm.
mean, I've experienced that and you have, and then what?
Well, I feel like in my personal experience, I feel like when I just stopped, I don't know what exactly my shift was, but there was a major shift where I just said,
Yeah.
like, I'm done living my life for somebody else. Like, I could go the
Yeah.
rest of my life trying to please and do and I'm going to look back when I die and I'm going to say, well, yeah, I did all of these things for somebody else, but was I doing what
Yeah.
made me happy? And the answer
Exactly.
was no, I'm not
No.
doing any of this for me. I'm doing this for this reason of like I needed to be in a relationship because it was validating and I had all my
Yeah.
reasons. But at the end of the day, I had to just step back and say, do I really want to do that? And if my answer deep down is no, that's just good enough at this point.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
I
you
don't
did.
ruminate.
You had such a good ship. Like it was like not. It was just night and day, wasn't it? Where you were
It
just
was
like,
just go. If you don't want to be in this relationship and if you don't like the way that I'm doing things, not that I don't have growth within me, but
mm,
there's certain boundaries that I'm going to have. And if you can't abide by those, you are welcome to go. And
mm,
I had to really be just okay with that decision. And I
yeah,
still am
and
to this day. I still come back to it and I say, no, because I have my moments where I
yeah,
start,
yeah,
oh, I don't want to displease or whatever. I'm like, no, I'm just going to say no. And it is what it is. And what happens is once you really start respecting yourself and adhering to your own boundaries, people around you
Get it.
get it. They're either going to love, they're really going to respect you and love you, and the right things are going to fall into place, or they're going to fall out of your life. And you got to be okay with that. And I am okay with
Mm.
that at this point. If David at some point in my life decides he's walking away and he doesn't want to be in this anymore, I don't even know that I'd cry. I just, okay,
Okay.
hey, I'm
Yeah.
not, I'm good. I'm me. I love me. I have enough of that for me. Respect. And it wasn't even just love. It was really just, I just started to respect myself. It like
Exactly.
massively respect myself. Like,
It's like what I said to you earlier. It felt like this job, which paid for my life and his
mhm,
for over a year and a half, became I was working for him. It felt like
right.
that for very li like little,
Return on your investment.
yeah. And
In
and
fact,
not
it wasn't even, there was no return. There was just a lot of nastiness and
yeah,
resentment and,
yeah. And especially when I started to realize, oh shit, that's what I'm doing.
mhm,
Especially when I started to realize I am doing this because I think I have to. And so I
right.
started to challenge it, which is also when
Yes.
my YouTube channel started to like, and my business started to really plummet.
Right.
Because I was like, literally like, I can't do this business and
Yeah.
this YouTube channel because I'm doing it for him.
Right.
I'm not doing it for me anymore. And I basically was like, I've got to get to the point where I say I quit. And this is basically kind of where I've continued the conversation about relationships. I've continued the conversation about avoidance. It feels like I haven't quit the job.
Well,
Like
you
the
fused them. I think you should
yeah,
explain that.
yeah.
I think you should go
You
back and
explained it really
explain.
well earlier. What did you say?
I, 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 I just think that both things were happening simultaneously, and you've associated him and your business together. You have fused the
Yeah,
two together, and you've not been able to separate it. So whatever feelings you have towards him, you've turned it on your business as well.
yeah,
And you're seeing the business as a representation of him instead of its
yeah.
own, your business doesn't have emotions, or,
No,
it
yeah.
doesn't have a personality. You're
And
going to have to
also
learn
like
how to really
exactly,
separate the
my
two.
clients are like lovely and
Yeah.
it's
No, it's
like
not that.
it's not that it's that I associated the business with that time in my life where I was carrying everything
Well,
and I was
well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Explain that part. Like, why were you carrying everything? What was the fear that was driving that behavior for you to do all
do
of that
that.
for him?
Well, it was because fundamentally I knew that if I didn't live the way that he wanted to live, as in go abroad, do the things that, he didn't want to be in England, right? And I'd spent
Mhm.
years like thinking, watching him leave and then come back and then leave and come back. And I knew that he wasn't going to come for me. This sounds so like,
No,
I,
this is
I
good.
I hope people will be able to relate to this because this is like how low my self-worth was. I knew that if I didn't do something to make it easier for him, then he wouldn't have chosen me. That sounds so pathetic when I say it now.
No, but
But
that is just the truth of what it was at the time.
and then
And
so
I
I
think when you
basically,
challenge that is when
yeah,
the relationship started to
when it really
falter.
it did.
Yeah,
But like what happened was I thought I was okay because I was having a good time. Like you can't not
right.
have a good time when you're like in an amazing pink dress in Santorini and like living in this like amazing life of like doing all these really cool things. That life was very exciting. But then my truth of like I'm getting quite burnt out was starting to like peer its head. And also I wanted a base, I wanted stability, I wanted like the studio, I wanted my friends, I wanted my family, I wanted like what I considered my safety. And whenever I started to say I wanted that and needed that, that's when there was a conflict because my true self was starting to speak. So I felt like I was responsible. So I kept going. I kept on like doing it. I kept on finding another way to keep the whole thing alive. So again, it felt like I was working for him, was
Mhm.
working to be in the relationship. And when I stopped, really stopped, because I knew I realized what I was doing, I was very scared and tried to convince him and tried to tell him, no, like, because he loved me. Like
Yeah.
he loved me in his own way, the way that
Hmm.
he could. He wanted to be with me, but he did
Absolutely.
not like the way that I wanted to live. So we had incompatible lifestyle preferences. And that was what the fundamental difficulty that we had, is that we could not agree on,
Well, and he was avoidant, right? So he wasn't able
yeah,
to challenge any of these beliefs and his own patterns. So there
no,
there was
and
that.
he wasn't able to see my girlfriend's really unhappy and
Mhm.
I'm interested in that. I'm interested
Right.
in it was more like, oh,
It was a defensiveness. So there
yeah,
so that's why the things that you've said and talked about and brought up, they're very relevant. You have to have awareness of all of this within a
yeah,
relationship to even have a healthy relationship. And I think what we can say for certain is that if you know, that when you were ready for a different relationship, there you're a different person now. And
yeah,
I think that there would be a completely different situation waiting for you
yeah,
through all of
because
the things that you've learned.
yeah.
But there's
Um,
growth. And what's so then what where does this leave the channel, right? Like where's the
well,
next?
that's the thing, because I was obviously thinking about this a lot, and whenever I've come to like, I'm going to do another video today, I'm like, oh, I can't. I can't do it because I can't go back to that old way. Like it's always
Right.
like it's just all lots of things are crumbling all at once. Like I can't live that way anymore because it feels like I've outgrown or something, like the beliefs around the business have started to really challenge me. And then also the relationship with my ex partner, he's leaving the country. We don't need to go into that, but he's leaving the country. Um, and and then it's and he will come back, but the thing is that it's all sort of ending, and I'm really looking at the ending of like lots of things and being challenged to just go, you have done it. You have done it. You have done all that you can do in that area of your life, in that bit. Like you did everything
Yeah,
you
how
could
do you
do.
close the book now?
And except, so I was looking at the first videos that I did, and that was just really like nothing to do with relationships. It was all just like, I believe that you can create whatever you want in your life. And I used to very much live like that. And I was very content with myself and like what was possible for me. But I think like the closing of the chapter is in me being able to acknowledge what's happened, like acknowledge the whole journey, acknowledge like how why it went that way, why I got caught in it, why I got trapped in it, which is kind of all the things that we've just said, but then start to think, right, what business would I like to do for me? Like what would I like to talk about for me? How would I like to like earn money for me? Not just how can I do it to sustain a life that I shouldn't have been carrying all on my own. Um, and like that's what I'm sort of sitting with now, like working out like what all after all I've learned, I'm not the same as I was like 5 years ago when I started this or 4 years ago or whatever. So it's not going to be exactly the same as it was, but there is a lot I've learned. And I think it's like being able to have a different association with the topic of relationships. Because the other thing I think I found really hard is like living up to myself. Like this is one of the things that I've struggled with so much is like because I've had all these fears and thoughts about feeling inauthentic at times, even though I have absolutely tried to be as authentic as I can be, um, I felt like whenever someone says, "Oh my God, your videos have helped me so much," I can't read it. I can't read. I literally just shut off from it. And it's so weird. I wish I wasn't doing that, but it makes me feel really like there's something off with the way I'm feeling about it. And
Like imposter syndrome, maybe?
yeah, probably some kind of imposter syndrome thing. Because I know I have helped people. I want to keep like helping people, but I think I
Oh my
need to
gosh,
do it.
immensely. Like you really, I've said this before. I think I would rather choose somebody who's gone through it and has
Mm,
the insight like you have, the awareness and the drive to want to learn as much as you can about it, as opposed to somebody who like, I mean, having the degree and going to school for it is great, but if you haven't experienced it or gone through it, I don't really know how you're going to be able to relate to me.
yeah.
And I can tell you for both David and I, coaching, for him specifically, coaching was the turnaround for him as well. It was
Yeah.
people who have been through it with some education, in there as well. But I don't, I know you short yourself sometimes in this, just from our personal conversations. I know this. And
Mm,
I think that when you do that, then also what's wrapped up in that is, do I deserve the money? Do I deserve the people?
yeah.
Do I deserve any of this? And you do, because you are helpful.
It's
There,
one
like,
of the
so
things that has been another mirror to me is like, obviously, when you have a business, things go up and down and up and down and up and down. But oh my God, they go down.
yes. Every business has that,
They go
it's a natural
down
life cycle.
whenever you, especially, there's such a connection between when I'm feeling good about myself and when I'm
Hmm.
feeling in alignment with myself and when I'm not. And I think people are under the impression that I'm just okay. I just have YouTube. I just put YouTube videos out and look, you're a single mother, like doing it all and you're fine. You're absolutely fine. But oh
No,
my
it's
God, I found it so hard. Like I've
when you
found,
let
go
me
on.
just say, because I did go to school for business, and I
Mm,
do know that there's a business life cycle. And whenever a business crashes, they say that you've got one of two options. It either dies or you reinvent it,
yeah,
and
that's
you
what I've
and you
got
come
to
back.
do. Yeah.
So naturally, what you're gonna have to do throughout is reinvent.
Yeah.
So maybe there's, you know,
And this is
maybe
just
this
to
is just a
say,
natural process.
for anybody still watching this business died. Like it died. It crashed. It literally, I was on my ass with it. Because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Especially in those months where I wasn't posting videos for months. Like I didn't make any money in those
Yeah.
months. That's what's so hard about that is what's so hard about uh
When you
this.
start doing it for the paycheck, it becomes
It's so
something
much
that it was never
pressure.
meant to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And it's like
I didn't
what
like
I'm
that
trying to do
either.
is find my way back to like some
The passion.
the passion for it and like the excitement about it and like how can I do that? How can I like, so I was thinking about do another retreat again and do it differently this time. Where would I do it? Like do events, live events. Love to meet like so many of the people that I've worked with and stuff. But really make it positive, really make it inspiring, really make it like
But can you do it based on, like, how we talk about, I'm gonna go off a little bit. Sorry,
it's all right.
sorry. About how we want to do like a mom's channel for, like,
Okay-ish
I always,
mom.
oh, I'm an okay mom. And what if you can do it from such an authentic place where, like, listen, this is how bad it was. This is what I was doing. This is embarrassing to talk about, but this is what I went through.
Mm,
And this is where I've grown, and this is what I've learned, and this is what is possible through that. But
yeah.
where you're not shaming the realness, the rawness of what you actually went through, because all of us have gone through like, just especially if you're on this channel, the things you go through for relationships is like, I can't express the shit that I've put up with or
Yeah.
gone through, and what it's done, how you rise from these ashes like a phoenix.
Yeah, that's what feels like it's happening at the moment. It really
Yeah,
does feel like it's rising from the ashes time. Like,
right.
you know, it's been really, really hard um for way too long. It's taken
Mhm.
such a toll on my body and on my mind. But it does feel like I've got to just let go of like that era of like repeating the same story, talking about the same things, and the YouTube channel is not going to like it because this is the problem with for a while. I'm not saying forever, but like the YouTube doesn't like it when you change what you're saying. The views will go down, and that's what sometimes a bit scary when obviously you want it to work. But I'm at a point where I'm just like, well, it's on its ass anyway, so I might as well just do what I want.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's the trick. And maybe it's reviewing where you started and going through those cycles, and maybe it's putting that down into something constructive and saying, this is probably, because the way I went through it is the same way you went through it. Like
Mm,
there's this steady cycle of bullshit that you keep going through, right?
mm.
And we all do. It's like some unspoken journey of the crash and the burn, and we might all go through it in a different way, but we
Yeah,
all are going through it. And maybe it's
yeah,
something where you can just walk people through that and say, this will be the outcome. This will be, I mean, I think you've spoken to enough people at this point to know
yeah.
where people struggle and
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's so interesting. Hang on a minute. I think Noah might have woken up. I'm just going to pause this a sec.
okay.
Uh, hang on, pause.
I,
What were we saying?
I
Sorry, he
think
woke up.
about
Yeah.
putting the experience into something constructive, like
Mm,
track the cycle. I mean, I think it would be interesting to go back and review,
like
and
what
you
actually?
know,
Yeah.
yeah, like where did it, like what actually was going on, and maybe giving people backstories.
Yeah, because the thing is, I see, because I've literally spoke to thousands of people now,
Hmm.
like men and women, actually more men at the moment than women.
That's
And
great news.
it is crazy. But it's awesome as well because people,
That's great news. Yeah,
yeah.
I like that.
But the thing is that the things that people experience and the walls that people keep hitting again and again and again, they're so relatable. You know, I can relate to so many of my clients and the grief and the feelings that you just can't let go of, the anger that you want to hold on to,
Hmm.
the resentment, the need for them to see you, the not being able to let go, even though it's completely plainly obvious that you need to let go, like
Right.
all of that sort of thing. And I just, from what I've experienced and watched you also experience, is you can't do it until you do it. Like you can't.
Yeah, that's the
You,
truth of it, unfortunately.
you can't force it to happen, and
Hmm.
all your friends and everyone can tell you, just you deserve better. You just gotta let go. You cannot do it until you do it. And
Yeah, it has to genuinely be a decision where you just say, like for me, it was really just a conversation of how long am I going to let this go? Do I
yeah,
respect myself or don't I? Where's the cut? Like, am I just going to constantly relive this cycle?
yeah.
This desire to be in a relationship, but then constantly being stuck in this loop, where does it end?
It
How
was
long do
so
I really want to do this for?
exactly. It was so weird for me because I was really like, I didn't feel like I want to be with you anymore. I didn't
No,
feel
you
like that.
didn't. Yeah.
For such a long time I didn't. I was so confused, but yet I still couldn't let go.
Yeah.
I was so attached to like there being a different reality. And I was like fighting reality for so long. And it was all about my dad, really. Like it comes down to like the absolute perfect mirror that
Hmm.
relationship was to my dad.
Yeah.
Um, and the feelings that came up and the stories that I had about myself not being good enough,
Or
doing so
having
much
to do
wrong.
something, to
Yeah.
be loved. What is it that you have to perform? What is it that you have to do?
Yeah. And I just literally just went round in circles and still do sometimes, obviously. There's no point sugarcoating that. Like obviously I
No,
still do
yeah.
it at times and
Yeah, and
um
it's even interesting for you because it's not because you want to get back together,
no,
but you do still seek that I need to be right in this.
redemption. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm a good person, and
And
instead of
it's like
just
exactly, and I think like when you're coming from on some level thinking that maybe you're not, like worrying that maybe you've done something wrong or maybe it was your fault or whatever, then you constantly get the mirror back that
hmm.
you don't want. Like,
Right.
and so you have to basically just be like, this person is not coming with the answer. They're not coming,
Right.
even if they do, I'll still feel that. So I have to like override it, the whole thing myself by saying, I can't have this from you. Even if you gave it to me, it can't be the answer.
Correct. It just genuinely has to be, I want this for me, and
Yeah,
that's good enough, and I'm right, and I'm okay, and if I'm wrong, I'm okay with that as well. It's not that you don't, um it's not that you stop looking for where you're wrong, right? Like you still want to know where the growth is, but
Yeah,
there's just more of a sense of self, like and that's where you will end up. I know that. That's where
yeah.
everybody, who's on this is just a journey of self-love at the end of the day, which I hate
And
to use that word because it's so cliche, but
yeah,
really there's like a self you it's your self-worth is not where your inner self knows it should be. There's a
yeah.
disconnect with you and who you really are.
And
And that's the disease.
that's it. That's the self-abandonment trap. That's what I
It
talk about
is.
in that course.
Absolutely.
Like it is the trap. And like it isn't until you go, I give up this job. I give
Right.
up this job. Like I quit.
Yeah. I
Like,
quit. It's not worth it. And
yeah.
if this relationship doesn't work out because of it,
I
okay.
think I think the thing is it's like you're in this situation when you're begging for like mercy and you're
Hmm.
begging for like relief and you're begging for something from an ex. They are like the manager that doesn't ever recognize what you do.
Correct.
And eventually you just have to go, I quit.
I quit.
I
Here's my
quit.
resignation. I'm not doing this
Yeah.
anymore.
I don't want to keep
Mhm.
working like this for you
Yeah.
anymore. It makes me
This
feel like
job is
shit.
burning me out. Yeah. It shouldn't even be. That's what I've learned too, is that being in a relationship shouldn't feel like a chore. It shouldn't be a
Yeah.
job.
It
And
should feel, yeah.
I was outsourcing myself and the things that I could do, and my worth was wrapped up in the money I could make, or the how clean my house was, how
Yeah,
many
yeah.
good meals I could cook. I don't cook. I
No.
don't cook. I don't
James,
like it. I've never liked it. I'm not doing it. It doesn't
yeah,
make me happy.
you went
And
from like a scared little girl
mhm.
to, yeah, you can all fuck off if you think I'm gonna do that.
Really, I really did. And it came from such a place, like at the beginning, it started as rage, right? Like it started as
Yeah,
like, I'm angry that I'm doing this and it's for nothing. I am giving but the anger was at myself because
yeah, yeah,
nobody's forcing me to do these things. And if it was my fear of being abandoned, it was my fear of somebody leaving or not having a relationship and it not working out. And I just, I can't, if something happens and David dies tomorrow or we aren't together, I'm perfectly, when I look at me in my eyes, I'm okay. I
yeah,
will be okay alone. And it is such a freeing place to say that, to say, I could
yeah.
enjoy my life still.
Because you can be at peace now
Right.
in
There's,
this
it's,
connection. Yeah,
yeah, I'm at peace with myself. It's not that your self-esteem is always going to be good, right? Like there's wobbles all the time, but
yeah,
I don't look to anybody else to fix where my self-esteem wobbles. I have a place where I come back to now and I say, okay, I learned in school, they called it what was it called? I can't remember the term for it, but it's where I don't I it's they're teaching it to young children now too. I can't remember the term. If anybody cares, I'll come back and put it in the comments, but it's where I don't have it right now, but I'm gonna get it. It's this
mm,
mind, it's the growth, it's called the growth mindset. That's literally what it is. And it's a shift in your entire way of thinking. Is like if you fail at something, if something doesn't go the way that you wanted it to, if it's not perfect, it's not yet. It isn't
yeah,
never. Because a lot of
yeah,
us get into this trap of it'll never be right. I'll never get this. It'll and I really did. I took that to heart and I really practiced it. And I got promoted. So many things were happened because of that shift where I really embraced it. And it's
yeah,
not yet. It hasn't happened yet. It's gonna happen. I'll
yeah.
get this eventually.
And that's like basically manifestation 101, isn't it? At
It
the end of
really
the day.
is. But it's
Yeah,
such a missed thing that people miss it because you think if I don't have this relationship today, I'm never gonna have a relationship. It's
yeah.
no, that shouldn't that's not the way you need to think about it. The way you need to think about it is it's not working right now.
Yeah,
It
and it's
could.
not meant to either right now.
Yeah,
It's not. It's just not
right.
like for whatever reason it doesn't because it's not supposed to, and we just fight with reality all the time.
Yeah.
Like
And
that's one
except
of the
right.
biggest struggles I've had is like just being like, no, it should not be like this. It has to be the way I think it should be because of
And it
my own
can.
fears, you know?
Correct.
But it is, hang on,
But even doing that for your own business to be like, oh,
yeah, no, I was just seeing if it woke up, but I think it's all right.
yeah, it
Yeah,
might have crashed, but you've come back before, you'll come back again, or
yeah.
whatever,
And
there's that.
it is like reinventing. Well, it's not even reinventing, it's coming back to what I want, like who I am. Like that,
Yeah.
it feels like I'm actually just letting go of what I couldn't be, what I couldn't maintain. And just this conversation feels so real, you know, like more than all my other conversations really that I've had on my channel. Well, not all of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It feels more aligned than, you know,
Like,
I
look,
think
we are shit at relationships. We are not the best moms. We don't have all the answers. We're learning as we go. We love, right? Like I'm a bad friend sometimes. Like I can, we all have like
oh, it's so
things. It's
funny.
just it's just reality.
We April's like come up with this idea because like we talk about motherhood a lot of stuff, and I put pressure on myself in motherhood as well, of course, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. And April was like, "Well, I'm just an okay mum. Like I'm an
I accept
okay-ish
it.
mum, and
Yeah.
that's fine." And it makes me feel so much better when I
Because
have a
I
normal.
love like don't I mean I would kill for my children, right? I love them, but it's um what time is it for me? It is 5:13 at night. And because my son has no sleeping schedule right now, he just went to bed for the whole night. And he's going to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and someone should probably feed him. I'm going to get mad if he wakes me up. So it's not, you better have some cereal or something waiting for him. He's 8, but like, more, there's moms that like have schedules and make sure their kids go to sleep, even during the summertime, make sure that their kids go to
Mm.
sleep at decent times. And I'm
It's
exhausted.
it's so overwhelming, I think.
Yes.
Especially because I did think when I became a mum, well, I always knew really I was going to be a single mum. I knew when I was pregnant that that was the likely outcome. I think that's one of the hardest things that I was going through in the pregnancy is just not being able to accept reality with that at the time. And I thought I'm okay because my mum did it and she did it with two, and I watched that and it's gonna be fine. But I really did go from having a very, very simple, low pressure, much easier life to owning a house and being a single mum and doing every single thing and running a business on my own. And it was just
A
like the
lot of pressure.
most enormous change. And apparently, I have ADHD as well. So, it was just like so many overwhelming things. And that is still my reality. That is still it. I have got my mum doesn't live far away and she does help. And um, Noah's dad sees him every few weeks. It'll be less soon, but I get time off every now and then. And obviously he's got nursery and things. But I pay for that myself. And it's just like it's just a lot. And I just think well, I still put pressure on myself to be present all the time. And you can't, you just I mean, I go into overwhelm whenever I'm really, really overwhelmed, go into a bit of freeze sometimes. And I then, with the added layer of shaming yourself is just unnecessary. But that's where me and you have conversations, and you'll be like, of course you're overwhelmed. Of
Right.
course you feel like that. Of course you don't want to sit on the floor and play games for like 3 hours
No. Oh,
straight.
I hate it. I don't want to do that. That's not fun. I don't want to do it. I will sometimes, but like I'm not. No, that's why I say I'm an okay mom because
Yeah,
you are a good mom because you'll actually do it.
yeah.
We
That's
shouldn't
the
even
thing.
say that though.
I think I put pressure on myself to be
Perfect mom.
a
Yeah.
fun mum, a present mum. I want to be the fun one. I don't know why that is, but it's like what I see myself as at my best. I'm playful and want to get involved in the water fights and you know, lying on the floor in the rain and stuff. Like I want to do all those things, and I do them, and it's just a lot doing it every day from 5 o'clock in the morning.
And that's where I'll come in and be like, you're doing fine because I don't want to do those things. I want to read books and I want to go and experience things together and I want to be there when they cry and I want to have conversations and Yeah, but Elijah he'll even say to his dad, "You're the fun one, but I love mom
Oh,
more." So I don't know.
yeah, it's a weird. It's just again like pressure, just things. Yeah,
We pressure ourselves in every way, relationships, um, I- jobs. I don't know how, I really just don't know how we're supposed to do it all. And
no,
and I look at how men do it and they don't really have the same pressure. And I
no.
just try to emulate that a little bit more. And it is more fun when I'm living more like men do. And I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that as like a, why am I any
Yeah,
different?
why is
You
it
know, I
all on
want my
me?
own,
Yeah,
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 I want a quality of life too. I want to
yeah.
enjoy, and I can't if I'm constantly doing all of these things and worried
It
about a
is so
relationship.
like
And
expected that I mean, it still feels that way now. Like how much is expected of um me as a woman, as a mother. You know, like there's so many things that are still off in the conversation.
oh yeah,
Um,
I mean the
but
burden has 100% fallen on you, and that is
yeah,
overwhelming, and you're doing great. Like,
I think it's one of the things that I found really, really hard because of the pressure and because of the conversation that I've been having in the business about basically my personal life. Um, I've felt really like serious and like be, I've got to have the answer. I've got to like help all these people out of the burning building. I've got to like, I don't know, I've got to have it figured out myself. Otherwise, like, how can I help these people? I know that's not necessarily true because obviously it's so much easier to see it in someone else than it is to see it in yourself.
yeah,
And like, I do feel like I have developed a skill when it comes to coaching with asking people the right questions to help them see themselves. Like, you
correct,
know, and really at the end of the day, coaching is about holding the space to help people come to their own conclusions, not giving people the answers. Otherwise, it
right,
does not help them.
right.
So, like, that's where I remove myself from it and let myself try and live my own life. But I still put the pressure on myself. And I still,
But you really are good at that. You really are. That is such a talent that you do have, is being able to like um see things that other people they can't. You know, that's how you've helped me is, and I think I've helped you in the same way is by seeing
yeah.
things that are hidden or, listening to what people aren't saying
I
and
think
being
the
able
thing that me
to,
and you both do really well is we are really compassionate of time. Like, you have never once rushed me or judged me or like made me feel bad for anything that I feel. I just feel completely like normal and accepted around you.
yeah, when you
And
are
like,
normal.
and I think, yeah, but that's one of my things is that I surround myself with people who say I'm not a lot of the time.
Right.
Or I have done. But the thing is, that's what I love about like conversations with you and a couple of other people that I know really well who are just so have all the compassion in the world. And these are the people that have helped me the most.
Hmm.
And I think that's one of the things that I do in my coaching is that I want other people to experience like you are where you are, and that's okay.
Yes,
Like,
and you do a really good job of that. That's why I'm always like, I'd hate to see you give the business up because not everybody has a Karina in their corner that can do that for them. Not everybody, and yeah, you have to be paid because unfortunately we live in a society where we have to pay our bills and our
mm,
time is our money. And it would be nice to just do it for the fun of doing it and because you do want to help people. But if you can make money doing off of doing something you're passionate about, make the best of both worlds, 'cause you really are good at this. But I
yeah.
don't think that it just has to be solely based on relationships at this
No,
point.
I don't
I
think it
think you
can
could
be
branch out.
anymore. I don't think it can be because I just find it so much pressure. But you know what my favorite part of this conversation was? So when we're sheer relationship, we're okay mums, and we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. I mean, that's just so fucking relatable and normal.
Yeah,
And it's not like, it's not like we're not healing and growing, and not like we haven't learned a fucking shit ton from everything that we've been through. But there's
right.
also an element of like not just humanness in this.
Yeah, we are
That
humans, and it's okay to be a human that is, fraught with failures and I don't want to be on anybody's pedestal, and I know you don't either, because
I hate
we
that.
really
Yeah.
do. We I'm never going to get it right. I'm never
No.
going to get it perfect.
And I
It's
think the
always
thing
going to be
is
a
as
lesson
well
learned.
with coaching, I saw a good video the other day. I can't remember who it was by. Can't remember who it was by now, but he said every coach and every guru will fail you because at the
Yes,
end of the day, it's no one's coming to save you. You've got
nobody
to
is.
save yourself. So like you can talk to people who you relate to, who resonate with you, who like lived some life and maybe are a couple of steps ahead. But at the end of the day, they're not going to give you the answer. They're going
Mm-mm.
to basically mirror to you where you've got to ask yourself the questions.
Right.
And
Anywhere that you're defensive, anywhere that you're triggered, those are all things
mm,
that you need to come to your own you have to have your own reckoning about these things, and we can
yeah,
shine the light for you, and people like us are really good at holding your hand through the process and holding space for you and getting you through it. But yeah, and we're not God.
no, no,
We're still learning even the most. I don't care who it could be, Gandhi himself. I don't care who you talk. They are still human beings that are still struggling with failures and not getting it right,
anger and
anger.
resentment.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's just everybody's just human at the end of the day. And I think the biggest thing that I've learned is like learning to recognize when I'm adding a layer of judgment onto what is a normal human experience. I mean, that's the thing that I struggled with the most, but it is the thing that when I recognize I'm doing it, I go, oh, yeah, my feeling is normal and I'm judging myself for it. And that's the problem. And it is like what's tripped me up in relationships, it's tripped me up. Very much with my ex because he was very good at making me second guess myself as much as I already was.
Right. Well, he was
Um,
mirroring back to you,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
right?
he was, and that's I think one of the other conclusions that I've come to as well is that it just can't be, like I said earlier, it can't be that the lesson is, oh, he's avoidant, he's this, he's that. It can't be that because I also put myself in that situation because I had the wounds that I had.
Hmm.
And there was so much of me that I have to take responsibility for the way that I showed up. That,
Right.
like, who we are being in the world is what creates our reality at the end of the day.
But that
Um,
doesn't have to be from a place of blame where you're blaming
no,
yourself either or blaming somebody else.
no,
It's just an acceptance of this is okay that this is the
yeah,
way it is. It's um I'm learning, and that's
yeah,
gonna that's gonna you don't build muscles without pain. There's
no,
some, and I do believe I'm firm in my belief that because we are this planet of opposite, or what is it, it's like dualities, right? Like hot
mm,
and cold and dark and light. And I do in my heart, this is a personal thing, is like that we are here to experience this contrast.
mm,
You cannot recognize the beauty. You couldn't recognize
no,
the other half of it without this part of it here,
yeah.
in this life, right?
And
Like we
and
need
that's it.
these.
That I really feel like the last 5 years has been the contrast for me. Like
Yeah,
it's been literally so hard. But this year especially, there's been so many new moments of like lightness and like, oh, it's changing, something's
light bulb
changing.
moments. Yeah.
Yeah, like things that I'm like, oh wow, like that was different. Like photo shoot I did where I felt really myself, like going to Brighton with Noah and being like feeling free, meeting friends there that like I haven't seen in a long time and just going, oh, it's like so nice to like reconnect with that side of my life. This breath workshop that I did the other day was fucking amazing. Um, and just so many little things where I've been like, that was right. That made sense. The pantomime was like
I think
really,
what in those
really good.
moments, I think what you did, I think you just gave yourself permission to let go of
All
the
of this
worries and
shit.
focus on something that made you happy. I think you just gave yourself permission. And I don't know why
Yeah.
we don't do that more.
I think it's not feeling safe to do it. Like, because when
Yeah.
when I was with him, I didn't feel safe to drop the narrative.
Yeah.
And I was just ruminating a lot. I mean, and that was
Good
part of the problem
choice.
in our relationship, definitely. But
Yes.
it wasn't the whole problem. I mean, the main problem, like I said, was the incompatibility and how we wanted to live, and then both of us abandoning ourselves to try and keep it together and then hating each other for it.
Right. Right.
That was really much it. So it comes down to. But yeah, I don't want to be a victim of that anymore, which is what I have been, and what, so many of my clients do is a victim of that circumstance. And the most empowering thing is being able to see your part in it.
It is.
Yeah.
How did I get myself here? Why am I stuck here? And what am I do? Like, what choices can I make to get myself out of this?
Mm, yeah,
Sometimes choices
exactly.
to leave.
But I do feel like I've come so far from where I was. Like,
Oh, majorly.
oh my God, like, like from being so trapped and so confined in my own house and like
Yeah.
just so like, having to talk really quietly on the phone,
Yeah.
like in my own house. And then, oh, it was
That's
just,
what I think that was one of my boundaries is I didn't want to live in a house with an angry man anymore.
no,
And I didn't. I just didn't because I wanted
yeah,
peace. I should be able to come home and find peace in my house. And I'm not
yeah,
because I'm tiptoeing around somebody else's fragile emotions and,
mm,
ego and blah, blah, blah. And
yeah,
I just stopped.
yeah. I couldn't, like, that was the thing that was so hard.
That is
Just,
a hard one. That is such a tough one because especially when you're living together and you've got a child together and
that was the
when the
boundary.
other person doesn't get it. Oh my goodness.
When you're completely misfiring all the time, like as in, this is how I feel about this. No, you're
Hmm.
wrong. This is
Oh,
what it is. Just infuriating and like
I just
not
couldn't go through
seeing
that
the
again.
same situation in any way the same. Like
Right.
it was just like just completely different values. I mean, for me, it was the end. Like when there's a really bad argument in front of my 1-year-old son. I mean, that was like,
Yeah.
oh, no, sorry, we're not doing this. We're not doing that. I'm just
Right.
not having
There's
that.
always a boundary that will end up getting pushed eventually that makes you finally say enough is enough
Yeah,
and
like,
walk
and
away.
yeah, and then it was easier. I mean, I think sometimes people wait for a long time in relationships for that moment, and
We
usually,
do.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it's scary to make the decision on your own.
Hmm.
It was so scary for me. I didn't know what to do for such a long time. And
I was
also,
terrified. I remember telling you how scared I was to just say, I'm sorry, but you just have to go and I just don't want to be with you anymore. I don't want to
yeah,
do this anymore. And that
yeah.
had happened. Oh, that was coming for a long time where
Mm.
I had to work up the courage to just be like, yeah. But in my situation, the universe, will
Yeah, it
force
wa
it
it
on
was a
me.
big lesson for him, wasn't it? It was a
Oh
big,
yeah,
big turnaround for you. That really did like create a huge pivot in your life.
it was. Like, I look at it and I'm, you can look at it one of two ways and I could have looked at that point of time and been mad and hold on to it, or I can look at it and say, um, what I can say for me, it was necessary because I wasn't, the lesson wasn't clicking for me. I
No,
wasn't
you
getting
had
it.
to get to the point where you were like, I am actually done and you have to leave.
Right.
And me too. I had to get to that point too. And I think for me, it was harder to accept that it might actually really be over. It,
It's so difficult to accept that. Man, it's the
it
worst pain.
took me really. Honestly, I still have obviously days where feel like I've got back a year, but
Hmm.
like, that was the bit where, again, it wasn't because I was like, I need you, I want you to stay. It was more like, I'm fucking done with it. The
Yeah.
way it is, we can't live like that.
Right.
I'm done with it.
Right.
But I still had this thing of, are you gonna do what April's husband did?
Right. I remember. And me
Are you
thinking
gonna do that or not?
he could, but you have to leave him. Like that's the shift is that you really have to just be like,
Let
I don't
it
know,
be, I know.
whatever your problem is a you problem.
Mm,
I'm not, I've done everything I just like you've done everything you can do.
yeah,
You've crossed every bridge you could cross. You've done everything that you could do. And at some point you have to go, this is just isn't worth the effort anymore.
no,
There's no real return on
no
my
reward.
effort and I'm just kind of done. And
You just text me and I'm just it's like one of those things where I'm like, do I want to open that or should I just like ignore it? But obviously I have to open it, but it's
no,
still,
you don't. For
oh,
what? And I promise if it is not about that child and you reply to that message, me and you're going to have a talk.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't have to reply.
So April's like my gatekeeper of like, I was thinking about sending this message. No, do not. You are not sending that. And
We're
here's
not
why.
doing that.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope this is all like de-influenced everybody.
We hope we have been scared away. No,
Yeah, not really. I hope
no.
that we can start something new, like uh from here because it's like it's been a fucking mad journey and
We are all fucking it up. Let's get together and figure out how to get through it.
yeah. And that's why I did the living room because it's like
I
it's
like
not
that.
like here, I will tell you what to do with your life. It's like everyone's living, we're just living. I'm living, you're living, and we're all having this life of things that come up. Let's talk about it.
Hmm.
And that holds the space for the conversations that people need. And it's really nice because it's not forced. It's not
No pressure.
yeah, it's not like, like breakthrough and conscious creators, which was more like, let's have a breakthrough. I mean,
Right.
that is quite a lot of, again, that was pressure on me as well. Not that I didn't believe in that because I obviously did, and I like doing those things, but I think the living room is a nicer vibe because
Hmm.
it's like let's just like you're human, I'm human,
It's
and
kind of like we're doing right now. Just let's talk.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
I like that. Well,
Well, thanks for coming and
yeah,
welcome
that
back.
was all over the place, but I hope it was.
But let us know if anybody's watched this till the end. We would be very interested to know who managed because it's been longer than we thought it would be. But I mean, this is
Yeah,
what our conversations do, isn't it?
it is always.
Anyway, if you've got any thoughts, everybody, that would be nice to hear. And thanks for sticking around on my channel. And sorry about the kind of absence lately. This has been why the resistance has been there. But yeah, I'm working on it, or I'm letting
I'm
it
proud of
be.
you.
Yeah, thank you. Right.
Okay.
Bye everyone.
Bye bye.